Hello, my name is Kevin Knoll. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships at RealScout, and this is going to be about 7 or 8 minutes on how agents can convert more business automatically thanks to the combination of these two industry-leading tools, RealScout and Cloze. So let's dive in. We will be first defining the problem that we've set out to solve, and then talking about how RealScout and Cloze together can help agents capture, nurture, and convert more business and some of the proven ROI from that. So, what's this problem that we've set out to solve? We know that the contacts that your agents are trying to work with, they're going around this real estate life cycle. As they approach these transaction moments of being a buyer, being a seller, they start seeking reliable, actionable information about real estate. What listings are hitting the market? What is my home worth and how that might be? How is that changing? What's going on with sold prices in my neighborhood? Unfortunately, the problem is that when we're asking agents, where do their clients actually get this information? When agents are honest with us, and I've talked to hundreds of brokerages about this over the last 6 years, most agents report to us that their clients are not getting that data from that agent's website, from the agent's CRM, from that agent's app. They're getting that data from a national search portal site, or maybe from a competitor in your market, from a competitor's website. So they return to these effective online experiences, and that's driving this wedge between agents and clients. There's a really good piece of evidence of that wedge and sort of the negative impact it has on agents that Tom Ferry published recently, and that's tracking 500,000 contacts in this study over 12 months. Tom Ferry and his team found that 93% of the contacts from those 500,000, 93% of the people that listed their home listed it with a competitor, listed it with a different agent. So agents are losing 93% of the listing side transactions over those 12 months. Ouch. So, what I hope to show you here is how Cloze and RealScout are helping agents close that gap, improving that terrible statistic within their own business. And the way we do that is an emphasis on automations and AI to help your agents use better tools. We know it can be overwhelming for agents to adopt new tech. So I'm going to show you how we help agents automatically build a database to start, and then invite that database to a portal grade experience to match the experience they've been getting from those other websites, and then help them identify the clients that are rising to the top. So let's get into it. So that first problem, how do we help agents automatically build their database? Well, they need help with this because on average, from our partners at Cloze, stat that they like to share, 88% of people that your agents talk to never make it into their real estate database or their CRM. It can be overwhelming for agents to do that, right? Cloze calls this the empty box problem. You subscribe to a new piece of software, you give it to your agents, and now they're left with this really overwhelming task of having to compile a list, compile, a perfect curated spreadsheet of the names and phone numbers and email addresses and property addresses of all the folks that they know and might want to work with them. That can be such a daunting task that for a lot of agents, it just causes them to give up on even using that technology. So Cloze has developed a way to automatically build that agent's database for them. So they look at their database, their leads, their sphere, go to these ground level sources of this data for the agent, their phone, their email. They have hundreds of integrations to do this. Leveraging those hundreds of integrations, Cloze is able to help each agent on average build a database of 8,000 contacts. 8,000 contacts. So step two, we now sync those contacts automatically into RealScout. This is the heart and soul of the Cloze plus RealScout integration, is making sure that those 8,000 contacts that Cloze has helped you identify can now get synced into the industry-leading platform for client nurture. RealScout has become that. We've been rated the number one most innovative tool by anywhere, the number one in client collaboration. We're now helping hundreds of thousands of agents drive billions in transaction volume every year by automatically engaging clients at each stage of that client lifecycle, leveraging AI, leveraging natural language, using automations to actually help the agent be more personal in their nurture of their database. So here's a quick framework for how agents can leverage Cloze and RealScout to do this automatically. So when a new contact is added to Cloze, that contact plus a key data point about that contact is synced into RealScout. And our platform uses that data point to automatically generate a personalized hyperlocal campaign for that contact. So let's take a look just at one quick example. Let's say an agent is working with a buyer, that buyer buys a home, and now the agent wants to automatically nurture that buyer as a potential seller. So here's their property address logged in Cloze, the new home that they purchased. This contact will get updated in RealScout, and we will automatically generate a home value alert to engage them on updates on the value of their home, updates on recently listed, recently sold homes in their neighborhood. So this hyper-local, hyper-personalized campaign created automatically. Similarly, with a buyer, a new buyer lead added to Cloze, a profile of that buyer's preferences is synced into RealScout and can be used to automatically generate a listing alert. That listing alert is going to send properties that we know that client is interested in, driving them back to not a competitor's website, but driving them back to your agent and brokerage branded, beautiful home search dashboard like this. And the results are really clear. Instead of getting the industry average of 2% click-through, RealScout alerts are getting a 32% click-through rate. Clients love these alerts. They love these tools, and they use them 16 times more than the industry average. So we've been able now to automatically sort through that agent's database, put it together for them, sync it into RealScout. So now step 3, we need to be able to identify these red hot conversion moments, identify the buyers and sellers that are rising to the top. So we do that by reporting back to Cloze all these red hot conversion moments, all this activity data that we're creating in RealScout. So here's an example, right? We're working with a buyer. They have a listing alert from a client, from an agent. Here's a great email we send. Here's 4 listings you may have missed. So we know that Alex hasn't viewed these properties yet. So we send Alex a new email automatically, pointing out some listings he might be interested in. And now right in Cloze, the agent working with this client can see when Alex got this email, when he opened that email. Now you might be thinking, hey, if we have 8,000 contacts and we're sending them dozens, hundreds of emails every week, we're really quickly going to be overwhelmed, right? As an agent, sorting through all these email opens and email clicks, property views, requests for more information about their home valuation. So that's where the Cloze intelligence engine comes in to help agents focus on what matters, to sort through this immense, gold mine of data that we are creating in RealScout to make sure that your agents can pluck that gold from it, right? Mine their sphere, drive best practices, and automatically update those client records as well. And Cloze has actually gone a step further, and they've automatically created action plans specific to RealScout, specific to these triggers that we are creating, these red hot conversion moments. So here, Cloze is automatically sending an email to a potential seller who's responded to a home value alert. So Cloze is working to now help this agent automatically schedule a listing appointment without the agent having to lift a finger. So this email goes out automatically, and a task is assigned to the agent to call this client a few days later. Now, this is really powerful, and Cloze has some amazing statistics on the success that their AI intelligence engine and their ability to help agents generate these databases is able to, the success of that. Cloze has been able to help some of their largest brokerage partners, thousands of agents, boost sales by 36%, increase capture rates on leads by 40%, increase email replies by 200%. Similarly with RealScout, if you compare active agents to their peers within the same market over the same period of time, RealScout agents consistently and substantially close more business. It's not uncommon to hear agents report that they set more appointments with less effort thanks to these automations. And how could they not? Thanks to those 8,000 automatically organized contacts, automatically generated listing alerts and home value alerts and market activity alerts. Looking at the Sotheby's International Realty corporate-owned offices, we have hundreds of agents that are using RealScout, and we can see which of those agents are using the Cloze integration as well. And when you compare those two groups, the Sotheby's International Realty agents using RealScout plus Cloze, they're nurturing 18 times more contacts on average than the agents that are using RealScout on its own. So we're confident in these powerful results, and we're excited to continue the conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this presentation, and hoping we can talk soon. Goodbye.